I can guess that you are here because you're experiencing back pain, hip pain, any other chronic pain that's just making your life hell. And I can relate completely to what you're going through. So this video and all of the ones coming up are going to help you specifically with that. A couple years ago, I read a book called The Compound Effect, and this was not a financial book. This book showed me how consistent daily habits or actions can compound over time to create massive results. This book taught me that what stands between me and my goal was my daily behavior. And for me to reach success, I had to make a series of good decisions every day. And if you think about it, it's those little things that you do every day, whether you are conscious about them or not, that actually contribute to the results you are getting. And this works for gaining weight, losing weight, for every single result that you're getting in your life. So just to give you an example of how small actions can actually lead to massive results, I'll just give you an example of walking 10 minutes a day. Walking 10 minutes a day may not look like a lot, that you're doing a lot for yourself. I mean, it's just 10 minutes. What can 10 minutes do for your body? But if you do it every single day, 10 minutes at a time, you are getting amazing benefits that are not just related to weight loss, but you're building an amazing habit. You're being consistent every day, so you are building the habit of being consistent and persistent every day. You're going to be burning 50 calories per walk, but 50 calories a day, that's 350 calories a week. Well, see how much that is over a period of 6 months or 1 year, and the effect of that will have on your body. So it's not about the one act, but it is the effect of a series of that one act over time. I hope that you see what I mean by this. So when I found out about this, I have started tracking my daily habits to find out what was causing this pain that was just manifested in my body every day, because the pain appeared out of nowhere. But I was confident that it was a series of things that I was doing every day that I was not 100% conscious about that were leading me to experiencing that chronic pain in my low back. Because muscles and joints, they don't just move out of their placement unless there is a load that has been created over time. And by doing that, I was starting to see patterns of things that I was doing every day that were contributing to my low back pain. For example, I was spending way too much time sitting every day. I was working out every day, but I was only working out for 30 to 40 minutes. Well, I was moving for 40 minutes, say, but I was spending more than 10 to 12 hours sitting every day. I wasn't sitting the whole 12 hours at a time, but I was sitting 7 hours at my job. I was driving for 1 hour total. I was sitting on the couch at home. I was sitting on my desk at home. So all of that combined, I was sitting way too many hours than actually moving. And that definitely had a huge impact on my back health and my health in general. So I was tracking everything I was doing. I was tracking the food that I was putting into my body, and I noticed that I was eating many inflammatory foods. Now, I don't eat unhealthy, but things here and there, every day, they added up and they created a lot of inflammation in my body. I was also under so much stress at work. It was hard for me to see it, but when I was doing my journaling every morning, tracking down how I felt, I saw that my mindset was negative most of the time. So if I didn't track my behavior, there was no way for me to be mindful and find out about those things. So this is the first assignment that I have for you. You are going to start tracking. Now, I'm not asking you to be tracking every single thing, that like the calories that you're eating or the things that you're doing every minute. That's not the point of this exercise. This exercise is very simple. It really just requires 5 minutes of your time in the morning. But I will show you how I did it so that you can do it. You can follow the same path. So in the morning, I would wake up, and the first thing I write is how I feel about my body. So if there's any pain anywhere, I write it down just very quickly. I'll write down where I'm feeling pain, and immediately I'll be thinking back to what I did the night before. So did I stretch? Did I not stretch? What were the things that I did that may have contributed to that pain? It's not the cause, it's just I'm just writing what may have caused it. So I'm writing down what I did the night before. Then as I am carrying out with my day, I take a minute every 3 hours and I write down what I did. So I would write down things like sitting at work for 2 hours, or I've been sitting at work since 9 a.m. I ate a sandwich, or I had water. I'm just writing down very briefly what I'm doing. And I'm doing the same thing at night as well. And if I'm doing exercises, I'm writing down those exercises that I've done. And I do this every day. And believe me, like it takes few minutes to write down super quickly what you're doing. You're not counting any calories or anything. You're just writing down quickly what if you ate something, you would write down what you ate. So the power of this won't show in the first day or the second day or the third day. But when you do this every day, and then by the end of the week, you look back at all of those entries that you have written, you are going to see patterns. So I will be looking at all of those entries and I will see patterns of things that I would be doing on days when I had the pain. For example, I would see on days where I didn't exercise enough or I didn't do my strengthening exercises, then I would have hip flexor pain, and it would be the same on the same day. Or I drove for more than 2 hours and then my low back starts hurting. I will see the same pattern on the same day. And I started pinpointing exactly the things that have been contributing to my low back, and I would change them. So I started standing at work more. I stopped sitting. I actually just created this stand-up desk out of a box and just a couple of books and put my laptop on top of it. It looked really awkward, but I had to do it anyways. So I switched from sitting to standing. I would still sit every now and then, but I was mostly standing. I also noticed, actually this was a crazy thing, but I noticed that the more I stretched, the more chronic pain I had. And again, that was a big realization for me, because I realized that, I am stretching too much. Those muscles, they need to be strengthened. So I reduced my stretching, and you can guess, my chronic pain, it went down in my hips and my hip flexors as well. I started doing more strengthening, and then I noticed that I would feel way better. So I don't want to go into details of everything that I did, but I just want to give you an example that by tracking the things that you're doing every day that have become automatic, as I talked about in video number 1. So by doing that, you start noticing patterns, and you start actually finding out what are the things that you can change that will make your health better. So that is my assignment for you today. I want you to get a notebook, a journal, or just a piece of paper by your side, and I want you to write down, if you can just do this in the morning, that will be enough for you. Every morning, write down about the day before, how you felt, the things that you've done, and briefly what you ate. And then you're going to do this every day, 5 minutes per day, and you are going to start tracking all of those things by the end of the day. Go through them. See if you notice any patterns. See on the days when you felt good, what did you do that day, and do more of it. And then look at the days when you didn't feel that good and you had pain. What was going on with you that day? Were you going through a stressful event? Did you strengthen your muscles? Did you stretch enough? So you're going to start tracking down all of those behaviors that are actually resulting in the things that you're experiencing right now. And one more thing I want to add is that you can also apply this technique to the treatments that you are receiving, because I have, and that was an amazing way for me to eliminate some certain treatments that were not working for me. In fact, I was actually getting more pain from certain treatments, like physiotherapy. They were doing a lot of adjustments that were not working for my body, and every time I would go to physiotherapy, I would have a crazy flare-up, and it might have looked normal, right? Because I have back pain, I had the herniated disc and piriformis syndrome, but I noticed the pattern that every time I would go there, I would come back with a lot of pain. And I actually said that to my physio, and she was so happy that I was able to pinpoint that, and she changed her way of doing things. So if a certain treatment is not working for you, you're gonna notice it if you're tracking down how you feel afterwards, and that will help you make a decision. Do you want to continue with the same treatments, or do you want to change it? Because if something is not working, why are you doing it? You don't want to keep doing something that is not working and just wasting your money every time. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video is that if things are not going the way you want them to go, and you just feel that you are unmotivated and hopeless some days, because I experienced those things too, I want you to always have your vision, and I want you to always focus on the goal that you set yourself in when you first started this challenge, because motivation alone is not enough. It's not enough. You could read all the motivational books there is, and you can, watch all of the motivational videos that exist. But if you don't have a strong why and you have a strong vision that you are going and walking towards, then you are going to lose your motivation. You need that strong why, so that on the days when nothing is going right and you're so achy and you feel pain everywhere and you just feel like nothing is ever gonna work, I want you to focus back on that goal of yours. It's the only thing that is going to motivate you to keep fighting every day and to just keep trying different things until you reach your goal.